News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Jim Gardner.
We will go right to Nydia Hahn. On the consumer front, Action News is testing products that claim to put out fires fast. Do they work? Should you buy these devices for your home? Consumer reporter Nydia Hahn is here with all the answers tonight.
I was surprised by some of these results, Jim. For our test, we enlisted help from the experts, firefighters at the Bucks County Department of Public Safety Training Facility. And they were as struck by the dramatic results as we were. First up, the kitchen fire blanket, which sells for $39. We set up a grease fire on top of a stove. As the flames shoot up, Chief Fred Hashigan places the blanket over the pot. Immediately, smoke starts coming through the blanket. But be careful, that doesn't mean the fire is out.
See, it started to light back up again.
We put the blanket back over the pot and let it cool for 5 minutes. And that seems to do the trick. So what do you think?
It did a fairly decent job. As long as you're safe with it and you don't yank the blanket around in that and you leave it on and get help right afterwards, I think it's a good product.
Next up, the Stovetop FireStops, which retails for $56.95. So Chief, these are just magnets. These are small canisters that attach underneath your vent hood with magnets. Once a flame touches the FireStop fuse, the product is supposed to release a suppression powder. Let's see what happens.
There she goes.
There it goes. Yep.
The powder smothers the fire in seconds.
It's a great product.
So much so that fire marshals in Bucks County are looking into getting grants for stovetop devices like this to be able to hand out to the community.
There's a couple chiefs that are here that have seen it used, and it has saved a lot of property.
And finally, we tested the Grotto's On Fire Fireball, which carries a price of $39.95. It says it can be placed anywhere in your home or vehicle, and you just set it and forget it. The first one we place on top of a dresser surrounded by accelerant material. The fireball claims to extinguish a fire in seconds once the ball's temperature reaches 158 degrees. However,
The ball's glowing at 350.
that's 350 degrees, more than double, and nothing is happening. It takes more than 10 minutes for the ball to finally go off, and when it does, the fire is still going. So we do a second test, hanging the product on the wall above a trash can we light on fire. Once again, the ball reaches 316 degrees, well above the supposedly required 158 degrees. When it does explode, it knocks the flames down for a second before the fire flares back up. In our third attempt, the firefighters roll the ball into the fire on the ground. The ball catches fire and explodes, but does not put out the blaze. Chief Hashigan's reaction?
I'm not impressed at all. Even when we rolled it into the fire, it took a long time to get into the fire and light off, and it still didn't put the fire out.
You would not recommend this product?
No, I would not.
We did get comment from Grotto's On Fire. A company spokesperson says, quote, "It is difficult for us to comment on tests that were conducted without us being present or at least seeing a video. With tests we have conducted on our own under the supervision of firefighters here in New York State, we have had excellent results. This was the case with brush fires, Christmas tree fires, bales of hay ignited with road flares, wood fires inside steel barrels, and more. Out of all our tests, we have not had a single case where the fireball did not extinguish the fire. Results will vary based on different conditions." Also, an important note tonight, fire suppression devices do not replace the need for working smoke detectors and fire extinguishers in your home. Make sure you have both. We've posted a video of the proper way to use a fire extinguisher on 6abc.com. And anytime there is a fire, you should always call your local fire department to make sure it is properly and completely put out. That's probably the most important thing, Jim.
Those first two products were impressive.
They were, in fact. The kitchen blanket we're going to get at home.
Any reason to send Grotto the video that you have of the tests that
We may do that.
get their reaction?
Yeah.
All right. I don't mean to. Well,
We'll follow up with you.
A Bucks County mother.